What a do, Zero crew? We're here with another live stream today, guys. Today, Tottenham 2, Chelsea 0. Yet another loss. Like another loss, another day. It's honestly it's a stock stand these days. I come out assuming the next game we're gonna win. We don't win, and we don't win, and we're gonna continue not winning with this dumb manager here. I've been saying it for months, guys. I've been saying Graham Potter needs to go, guys. I've said it from the start. I said it before I even walked those doors. I got these frauds, guys, on Twitter, on YouTube, coming out saying, "I'll back the manager, back the manager, back the manager," or trust the process. Who knows? Bullshit, guys. I'm done with it. The manager is fucking finished. Let's roll the intro so we can get into today's stream. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
And we're back, guys, here with another live show. Everyone's somehow having somewhat of a good day, guys. Obviously, take away the Chelsea game. So ensure everyone is having a good day so far, guys. Everyone who's tuned in, I need everyone to smash that like button right now. I already got 12 people in the house, guys. So smash that like button, guys. You know, and let's get into it, guys, because we need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion. It's the same thing. I'm gonna bring my script out. I got my script right here. Got my script right here that I'm going to be reading. My rip script, because it's the same thing. I'm gonna be reading. I wrote this about a month ago. I'm gonna be reading the same thing, and I'm gonna be saying the same thing, guys. So people are gonna think this is a replayed stream because I'm saying the same thing. I said it same thing for the last 3-4 weeks. Like, it's nothing new, guys. But Graham Potter needs to be sacked, and I think he will be sacked. Right? I think everyone in this chat will know, but he will be sacked. But when will he be sacked? That's the question. So we're gonna get into that today. Ziva, big up to my man Ziva. Hope you are well. Big up to my boy Rash in the house, man. I'm so jealous of United, man. I'm sorry, I gotta say, man. United got a world class manager, Eric Ten Hag. I mean, we were at this point 2 years ago. When we just got Tuchel and we were on fire. So I think United might have the same thing Chelsea had. They're gonna for the next, this they might win. They might win the Europa League for they know. Yeah, they're in the Europa League, aren't they? Yeah, Europa. Santiago, big up to my man. Hope you're well. Big up to Chelsea OG. Here we go. Bryce is right. I'm fucked off to say at least. First, big up, smash the like button. Big up to you. Potter is fucking clueless. One win this and then I just think the Arteta, Pep, or Klopp. It doesn't make sense, man. I hear these rivals, and I think. And here's the thing: these rivals are the most clueless rivals. Like when it comes to Potter, they're absolutely clueless. Like, I don't come here and say I'm an expert on Arsenal. I don't know Arsenal, but I want to come and have my opinion on Arsenal, right? And everyone has their right to the opinion. But the rivals are so clueless when it comes to Potter, and I'm hearing the most chatting from the rivals when they say, "Oh, Arteta won," or what that Tottenham fan last on the terrace. I don't remember what his name was. That Dan, young Dan or something they call him, young Dan. He comes in and goes, "Oh, but Arteta won 4 or 5 games, whatever." Like, fuck, shut up. This Arteta shit is bullshit. Arteta came in, didn't have 600 million, had a horrible squad, and he still won the FA Cup in his first year. Right, second year came in. He demanded what he wanted. He knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted for the club. He knew who to get out and who to get in. Potter does not know what he wants for breakfast tomorrow morning. So this thing we're comparing, Potter is clueless. You want to compare Potter? I can't even compare Potter to anyone. He's garbage. I was going to say Lampard, but Lampard is a much better manager than Potter. And I said Lampard's the worst manager ever in Chelsea, but now it's Potter. I feel like I'm doing scripted shows, so I'm saying the same thing week in, week out. Bro, blame Kepa. Should Kepa save that skip shot? I mean, it was a great shot. Like, it was a great shot. I think, we're going to look at Kepa and they're going to go, why don't they look at Enzo? Like, Enzo was the one who passed the ball right to skip. I think Kepa kind of lost the ball when he picked it up, went to pick it up. You can see his hand about to pick it up, and Enzo just cleared it. And I don't like to, talk down on my players, but I think there's some communication problem from Enzo and Kepa there. And when you think about it, that comes down to chemistry, and that comes down to gelling, and that comes down to possibly a language barrier. And the way you get that is with playing with the squad more. But Potter goes and gives these players 3 days off. So how are they supposed to gel? How are they supposed to get connection? How are they supposed to get chemistry if they're having days off? So Geba should have done better to pick up the first ball, but Enzo shouldn't have cleared it off the line. Kepa was there. Was it a communication standpoint? What was going on? Because I didn't see any communication from Enzo. He just got up and cleared it, and he saw Kepa was about to pick up the ball. So I think it was both parties were horrible there. But again, it comes down to I'm going to blame Potter. I'm going to blame Potter for that. I'm blaming Potter for that skip shot because it shows there's no communication in the team because the squad isn't gelling. There's no chemistry in the team because the players aren't playing. They're getting days off. Like people, like Monster come out and say, "Oh, everyone deserves a day off." Not when you just brought 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the squad, and I'm hearing the same people, saying, "Oh, yeah, let them have a day off," but then they come and say the squad needs time. The squad needs to gel. Guys, there's no backing more Pat Potter. He's done. He's finished. If they don't sack him early, we'll find out ourselves in the relegation battle. And yeah, we're close to that, man. We're close. Potter needs time. I don't want to hear that Potter needs time. Potter's had a lot of time. I gave him his time. I never wanted Potter. And I'll make this strictly clear. I never wanted Graham Potter. But when he came in, I said, fine, he's here, give it a shot. I want him to succeed. I wanted him to succeed. I 100% want him to succeed. But I said, all right, let's give him the window. He had a window. Didn't do anything. He had 600 million spent. It's been a month. How hasn't he gelled? We haven't bet Southampton. You don't need a fucking season and a preseason to beat Southampton. So Potter has nothing in me. The press conference isn't helping it. The urgency, the passion isn't helping anything from it. Nothing's there from Potter. When he came in September, I said, fine, let's give him some time. I want to see him gel or whatever. He did well at the start, but then he died off after 2-3 games. So he does not need time. He's officially garbage. Why is it always the same stuff when we lose a game? Admin in charge of all the social media, they always say, yeah, I know, it's a bullshit. And it's all PR shit. And they put Koulibaly, or they put Mount, or they put, the biggest PR people. It's horrible. We have to Ruka says Potter needs to be sacked, but we have a problem with a creative midfield. Every top 4 club has one, and Joel cannot play that role. He's always drifting to the wings. I think Felix can play that role, but again, it comes to someone like Loftus-Cheek. Why are you signing Loftus-Cheek in 2023? Because I think, here's the thing, Rick. Felix did that. Felix was the one creating, but he can't create every single chance because there's Loftus-Cheek. If you guys saw, I don't know how to get it, but I saw the most passes, and Loftus-Cheek, the most passes Loftus-Cheek passed to was Enzo Fernandez. So when you have a midfielder who's passing sideways, and you even blame Jorginho for doing that, that's when we're lacking. And you can't be playing Loftus-Cheek in 2023. I'm sorry. You should have started Zachariah. And when Zachariah came on, he had from the 2 minutes I saw from him before I turned off the game. And by the way, guys, as soon as Mount came on the pitch, I turned off the TV. I saw Zachariah for 2 minutes and I turned off the TV. Because I'm like, there's no point. And I don't blame Mount. I know Mount shit. I just couldn't be bothered. I blame Potter for that. But as soon as Mount came on the TV, I turned it off. I'm not watching this. I can't be bothered. Finished watching my Last of Us episode from last week. So that's more important to me than watching Chelsea at the moment, guys. I'm going to be honest. Cabot says, this is on Potter. If all our players play bad apart like Silver, don't blame the new players. And again, yeah. Joao Felix, I think, has been playing quite well, but again, Joao Felix can't carry our team. He's doing all he can. I think Joao Felix is the only one who's showing heart and heart week in, week out. I think he still had a decent game yesterday. Potter and his family in, says George G. You're dreaming, buddy. Giovanni says, I ain't lying, but I saw this coming the day Tuchel was sacked and Potter was appointed. Why didn't they take Pochettino? I don't even want Pochettino, but anyone. You don't sack Thomas Tuchel, who's the best manager on the market right now, for Graham Potter. And I don't care what anyone says. You could have hated Tuchel, but you don't sack him for Graham Potter. I'm sorry. And I said that I said in my rant, I said you do not sack Thomas Tuchel and get Graham Potter, who will get us relegated. I fucking said that in my rant. And now we're going to be 16th in the next 2 weeks. So if you're going to sack someone, wait till the end of the World Cup. We could have at least got Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique and then given them a smaller contract. But for me, the area one is Bowie. Bowie has no clue what he's doing. I've always said he's been a flip-flop. I praised him when he got praised, and I criticized him when he gets criticized. But in all honesty, he's a flip-flop. He has no clue what he's doing. Splashes money left, right, center, but doesn't think about how that money is being spent. Where is the Ghost of Kiev? Why is the Ghost of Kiev on the bench now? He became 007 now. 007. The ghost of Kiev is now on the bench. Why isn't he starting? Why is Ziyech? Actually, I want to. I'm gonna wait. I don't know why I backtracked to that. Potter is living in his own bubble. Joins the Spurs 1-0 up, sending Son try to kill the game versus Potter 1-0 down, not bringing on a Aubameyang. And that, again, it says it all. Says it all. If I don't say, and again, Tottenham didn't even have a manager, guys. If you don't sack Potter, Chelsea will end further down the log. Then it will be Chelsea's weakest season since 2001. Yep. Man, I wonder how training really is. Those shooting drills must be shit. We ain't. Have you seen the drills? They do like 1 meter passes to each other. Like we've had 77 shots, guys, 0 goals. By the way. RSC was worse. He was garbage. Matt, we may have to start playing midfield 3 this stuff. I mean, but it will maybe start working if you bring on a Zachariah. Because at least there's someone who can sit deep. Loftus-Cheek is shocking. He's got, like, oh my God. Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, and Gallagher. I'm sorry, I'm done. Kovacic, I think Kovacic needs to go. Kovacic there's no more place in this team. Because you've got an Enzo now. You've got to play around Enzo's strength. And Enzo needs someone who can sit back. Kova can't sit back. So there's no use in this team. Get him out. Mudryk is 007. That was his 7th game when he came on without 2 shots. Yeah, exactly. So without 2 shots points, we'll be 16. So people coming in change shit. Oh, we're not going to be relegated. Yeah, technically we are relegated because our manager is made us in relegation. And yeah, everyone is in 99 too. And I said that when he joined, that was my opening statement. And people go, oh, but it's the first time for everything. Fucking absolute retard, man. I swear to God. Let's bring the lineup now. So this was the lineup we played yesterday. I mean, like the lineup was shocking. You got Koulibaly. For me, Ben Chilwell. I've lost all hope Ben Chilwell, to be honest. I don't know. He had progressive, but I'll get into Ben Chilwell. Actually, I don't want to dive in. I don't want to jump the gun. Loftus-Cheek, Ziyech is there. Havertz is still there. It's like fucking hell, man. Honestly, this is such a shit lineup. Battle the Shield. You start Zachariah. You start Madueke and Mudryk. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then you were Bruno Fofana. I think Fofana was our best player last night as well. He came on and did great. But Pedro Porro came on for the last couple of minutes. But Felix came off. Where do we start, man? So, 2-0. Tottenham, before they started the game, I said to one of my mates, I said, Tottenham have a shit team. I said, they got one of the worst Spurs keepers in Spurs history. 4-star. They got Longley. They got Davis playing. They got Skip there. They got Emerson Royale. I'm like, Clueless just came back. I'm like, these guys have a shit team. They got a manager. These guys have a shit team. I'm like, we'll beat them. We'll smash them 2-0. And then I look at our team. And I go, never mind. We got Potter there. This lineup is shocking. Absolutely shocking lineup. The only positive from this, Enzo Fernandez plays good. I think Enzo Fernandez is a fantastic player because he does his job, but he can't do someone else's job for him. You know, like you got Loftus-Cheek. I don't know how he got 6.8, but this guy's garbage, bro. This guy's finished. I can't with this play anymore. Done. And you got Ziyech, guys. Ziyech was 3 minutes away from going to PSG. He was 2 minutes off. Why is there a fly? I swear, guys, when I'm streaming, there's always a fly on my room. I don't know why. But Ziyech was 2 minutes away from going off the plane and going to France. He was 2 minutes away. He was about to open the door to France, and they go, oh, no, sorry, can't sign it. So his mind's in Paris. Why are we starting him? Why? Why are we starting him every single game? This sums up Potter's statement. Yeah, this sums up Graham Potter. I said against Dortmund, the reason we're not scoring goals is because Aubameyang is not on the pitch and a finisher isn't on the pitch. You start Kai Havertz, you're not going to score a goal. Like you don't. It's like putting a homeless person in charge of a CEO company. The guy has no clue what he's doing. It's like giving a monkey a scooter and letting it ride on it. The fuck is going on? What the hell do I do? The guy doesn't know what he's doing. So how do you expect Havertz, James Charles, to score a goal? He's not going to know how to score a goal. Felix behind him. I think Felix didn't have the best of games, but it was still decent. Sterling was all right. I think Sterling did a couple of takes on. You know, he wasn't that bad. I think Sterling's last of our problems. Chilwell for me, guys. I think Chilwell defensively was shocking. I think Emerson Royale ripped him apart. I really think Emerson Royale ripped him apart. Like Emerson Royale had the game of his life, and I don't know how that happened. But Chilwell doesn't. I wouldn't start Chilwell, honestly. I see people coming out saying, "Oh, Cucurella this, Cucurella." No. Chilwell isn't bad, but as I said, as your left and right backs, you should have one who progresses, one who sits back. Like a midfield pivot kind of thing. I would let James be the one who progresses and Cucurella be the one who sits back because defensively, Chilwell gets like he gets touched. He's garbage defensively. I don't know what happened. But defensively, he's garbage. Man, where do we go from here? Another 2 losses against Dortmund and Leeds. That he's out of what happens. I said after the West Ham game, I said I wouldn't sack him tomorrow. I'll wait, but I've changed my mind on that after the Dortmund game. I said I'll sack him ASAP because at the start, I'll be honest. At the start, I'm like, yes, maybe sacking the manager won't change anything. I said Graham Potter will never win us a trophy, but maybe he won't. Maybe getting in a manager won't change anything. Now I realize it will, because you're bringing a Hansi Flick. You're bringing in a top class manager. They will know how to start a lineup. It's like it's not just about the tactics, which again we don't even have any tactics. Like, what is our tactics, by the way? We don't have any. It's not take away the footballing. It's about these players have zero urgency. They don't want to play. There's no spirit. There's no urgency. Nothing in the club. Come to training. The training's almost. I see the training videos where they do the little 2 meter passing videos. Like fucking shocking. And it comes into these press conferences who, shows zero hope, zero. The press conference is where you translate your thoughts to the fans, and you sell, you kind of sell them the dream, as you could say. You're just selling them something. He doesn't sell us shit. He says nothing. He makes me want to just stop watching this club. With the Blues, people need to apologize to them. This guy's getting exposed. Fraud. Not really. He didn't get exposed again. He's just got no one surrounding to help him. I mean, I've seen him, and I think someone said he plays out wide because he's playing out wide because in the central, there's no one to play to. So you might as well go to the wing, at least give a pass to the wing to Sterling or give a pass to Ziz. Havertz making those runs. And again, one game he played, I didn't even play that bad. I think he played decent, but it wasn't his best of games. He's played better. My grandpa can coach. Yeah, I mean, I give me £200. I'll coach him. Ziyech should never play for Chelsea again. And so also do the work of Loftus-Cheek. I see that exactly. And here's the thing: like, when you're starting Loftus-Cheek in 2023, like, what the fuck do you expect? Why do fans come out here and chat to me and say, "Oh, we lost to Tottenham"? You're starting fucking Loftus-Cheek. Of course, you're gonna lose to Tottenham. Like, I don't blame Loftus-Cheek. He's shit, and he knows he's shit. But it's Potter. Why is he starting him? Start Zachariah. I don't care. Like, how he's don't bring him on. Start him. Like, where was Kovacic injured again? Is Kovacic injured again or something? Where is this fella? Is he injured? Go get rid of Kovacic as well, bro. I'm done with Kovacic as well. Where the fuck? Get him out of here too. Like, we need to have some availability here. I know Loftus-Cheek has that availability, but he's shit. And Stars, I just can't love him. He's so shit, man. He's garbage. I'm still tired of watching Chelsea matches losing their art in every time that Chelsea boots at SACKED. I don't know what that means, sorry. Can Potter change it from yeah, I mean, he did it at the start, and that's when he was doing well with a 3 at the back, but like, again, out of nowhere, he just switched to like a 4-2-3-1 out of nowhere, so it's like, we're like, oh, that's that was kind of out of nowhere, so I don't think him staying here, whatever he does at the club, will change anything. I think that the fact is he's still done because we don't have a formation, we don't have tactics. There's nothing you can say. Yeah, Potter do a 3-5-2, but he has no clue who to play. And I would actually prefer 3-5-2 because we have the centre backs for it. You got Silva, Batter, Shill, and Fofana. You've got the players for it, and allows it. I think it'll be better, but he doesn't think like that. And it allows Chua to be more progressive, allows Rushin to be more progressive, and then so he doesn't think. He doesn't think. Most of the players didn't play poorly. It shows the manager's fault in their plan. I think the players did play poorly, and yes, obviously a factor goes to the players. But again, some of the players are garbage. They're dog shit, but the manager keeps starting them. It's like, if you know he's shit, why are you starting him? And the players have no urgency. There's no fight. There's no spirit in this team. Thiago Silva comes off and the team goes null. It's like they just put they just put a needle in and just took out all their energy towards winning. They're just like slumpy. Like, they were getting body left, right, and center. Like, they were getting they were boys, man. It was like watching under 15s versus against Spurs. Like, they were boys. I've been saying this for a year, guys. Chelsea are playing in a man's sport, but they're boys. They're boys playing in a man's sport, right? They've always been like that, and we need a tougher manager to come in and set these boys straight. Because Tuchel kind of did it, but it wasn't enough. But Potter, and you expect Potter to come and do it. He didn't. He was fair. He's far from that. I don't blame Kepa to fair. That first goal shouldn't have happened. Mendy would have saved that one. Kepa gets beaten too easily. I don't believe Kepa. I mean, again, that Kepa thing I spoke about before. I think he slipped out of his hand in the first place, mistake he made, but he went to pick it up, and had the time to pick it up. And I think it was a communication between him and Enzo. Enzo passed the ball right to Skip. So, and he's made those saves before. I mean, people come in with the compilations. Oh, Kemba can't save long shots. He's made a lot of saves like that. Against Crystal Palace, he made that save. So, people just like to pick and choose what they think of Kepa. I think recently, obviously the free kick was a factor, but these goals are unsavable goals. These are great goals that scored, and I think Skip had a very lucky shot. But again, it comes down to someone like why did Enzo clear the ball? It's a communication thing. I don't like throwing players under the bus, but what's happening then? We could be in relegation battle if we lose more games. The coaching in training is poor, and I panic now in the second half because we are always doing bad. We need leaders. We've been needing leaders for years, man. And I've been when I came out, I said Azpilicueta is one of the worst captains in Chelsea history, and we need a proper captain to come and lead us to the next stage. People were laughing at me. They go, "Oh no, you have an agenda, blah blah blah," this and that. Like now look at it. If this doesn't scream, we need like leader. I don't know what we'll tell you guys because we definitely need one. And people coming out, oh, let's give captaincy to Reece James. What is Reece James gonna do? Reece James is already on the pitch. You got to train. If I was going to give captain to everyone, it would be if I was to give captain to anyone, it would be Kepa Arrizabalaga any day of the week because he's the only one who's always finding, who's vocal, who's leader. Captain, a synonym means leader. Reece James isn't a leader. We have to Donatus Amu. We need a leader in a manager. This please play a kid's crying for leaders. Manager James is the captain, and we wouldn't get any better. What's our plan to score? I don't see any ideas other than pass to Raheem Felix. We don't have a plan. That's the thing. Like we knew from Tuchel, our plan was to kind of give the ball to Reece James to chill. They'll give a cross on the floor or they'll cut it in, and then they'll have a shot. Like we knew the plan, but what is Potter's plan? There's no plan. Like it's just this is the basic stuff, guys. There's no plan. How can you have a manager with no plan? Would rather have Borat as manager at the moment. Be able to use it any day of the week. I'd rather have Borat as a manager. But nice. Please let this man go. He needs to go. 100%. Like, I mean, anyone coming back in this guy now is absolute delusion. I mean, there was people coming in and saying to me, "Oh, you got an agenda. You got to trust the process. This and that." What process? What's the process happening here, guys? But and then you see stuff like this, guys. Messages after the game. Time to back Potter and give him time. New round of internal talks in the next hours and next week. Feelings can be different, but intention is the same. Stick with Potter. Internally, Klopp Arteta comparison was mentioned. And this sums up this quote here. Internally, Klopp says Arteta comparison was mentioned. This sums up Todd Bowie has no clue what the fuck he's doing. No clue. Or whoever said this, but I assume it's Todd Bowie. Klopp Arteta comparison. I wouldn't even compare Graham Potter to Frank Lampard, one of the worst Chelsea managers in the world. Lampard is now the second worst manager. Potter has topped that and made it first. Potter's on his own level. He's garbage. He's shocking. He's nowhere near Klopp. He's nowhere near Arteta. Arteta comparison, he came in and had a garbage squad. He was playing David Luiz as centre back. Pablo Mari, fucking Al Neni and Ceballos was there. Aubameyang, like he had a Pepe. He had a garbage squad, and he won an FA Cup still. We have spent 700 million, and we can't beat Southampton. We can't beat Tottenham. Tottenham's the equivalent to a Southampton, guys, by the way, because Tottenham, we beat them every time, or we draw. We don't lose to Tottenham. We haven't lost them since we had our worst manager, Frank Lampard. That's the last time we lost them, 2019. So it's been 3 years since we lost them, guys. And this comparison is garbage, and I'll debunk it right now. This comparison of Graham Potter will become like Arteta is false. Graham Potter has no formation. He has no tactics. He has no plan. He has no urgency. He has no discipline. He has no authoritarianism. He doesn't know what he wants. He's a beta. He's a bit. He's just so many things I can say, guys. It's not convincing me. You got to convince, and I've been saying short-term improvement means success. You win your three. You start improving the squad within 3-4 months. You will start winning within and that means you can stay here for another year or two. You got to impress to win, right? Like Tuchel came in, he won the Champions League, and he impressed us. We gave him another season, and we sacked him because Bowie's an arrogant piece of shit. But what has Potter shown to still be at this club? We're in relegation battle, guys. If you just take away Tuchel's points, we're 16th. We've won 2 games. One game this year, Bournemouth and Palace. 2 games we've won this year. It's it's March. 3 months, guys. 3 months, 2 wins. There's been more months in the year than there has been Chelsea wins. That's embarrassing. João Felix's girlfriend has cheated more times on Felix than Chelsea has scored goals this year. How embarrassing is that, guys? Embarrassing. And it goes two ways. I think I assume Bowie is not dumb enough that he sits there and he goes, hey, you know what? Let's keep Potter. I think there's something in his clause where if it doesn't reach a certain milestone, he has to go. They can sack him. Because guys, remember, they got to pay him 60 million. I don't know what Bowie wants to pay that 60 million. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But there's two sides to it. And no matter, Potter will definitely love to be sacked now because he gets a 60 million payout. Maybe that's why he's losing games, so he can get a 60 million payout because he knows it's that hard. I don't know. But with the bill, it says Potter is fine 21s, bro. Chelsea, it's way it's way too big, and he sent it up there. He's an under 21s manager at best. Like he genuinely is garbage. He's so shit. Todd Bumley. Last 10 games, loss, win, draw, loss. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 points out of that. It's just to me, it's just embarrassing because if we were Brighton, we were. I don't know who else is it? Like Southampton or whatever. Like I understand, but we're Chelsea fucking football club, and our standards have dropped. And you got bums like Tom Overhand who comes in and backs this manager. You got all these bums who come in and give Potter time. He's going to become the next Arteta. This and that. I'm absolutely delusional. And Potter for me can go and win the Leeds next game. It still doesn't change fucking anything. Like it doesn't change anything. And I doubt we'll even beat Leeds next game, guys. I doubt we'll win. I have no faith in this team. Potter's the worst manager in Chelsea history by a whole distance. He makes Lampard look like a good manager. Bowie's just naive, man. And I think finally the light's coming to where we were blaming Bowie now, because when I came out, I said Tuchel never deserved to be sacked. They said, oh, well, Bowie didn't have a relationship with him. Isn't that Bowie's fault? Bowie's the arrogant one? Why is it blaming Tuchel being the arrogant one? Why is it not Bowie? Why is Bowie being such an arrogant piece of shit that when someone like him is in the wrong, the blame goes on Tuchel. And I think, as I've said, I would not have taken my anger out on Tuchel. I think it was a Todd Bowie fault. Honestly speaking, I think it's a Todd Bowie fault because Todd Bowie comes out, he's an arrogant piece of shit, and sacks the manager for literally because they didn't get along. Didn't get along as they weren't on the same page. When they were on the fucking same? Do you think I give a shit they were on the same page? The guy won us the games. Oh, but at least you're on the same page with Potter. At least you guys are having great chats. You're having discussing. Maybe they're discussing the next TikTok dance they're gonna do with Mason Mount. Oh, but let's having good connection. I don't care. You're here to work. Tuchel got the job to be our director of football, head of operations, fucking cut the orange slices. He had to do everything, guys. And I say I blame Bowie. I don't blame Tuchel. I blame Bowie. I think Bowie's an arrogant piece of shit. Simple. I think they need to wait till that we are out of CR. And six, that's possibly the reason. Yes, if he gets knocked out, they can possibly say, "Hey, Potter, you're gone." There's probably something in that clause. But I'll be honest, this might be very stupid. I think it will be very stupid. But I want the owners to come out and say, "Yeah, we're going to sack him when this and this and this happens." I just want some clarity. I just want some clarity when he'll be sacked. That's why I say I think he will be sacked. If we and I think the final straw for any Chelsea and for Todd Bowie is if we get knocked out by Dortmund in the next game, which is a very high chance, very high chance. I don't think we'll win. I don't. I have no hope in us. Is it? Is it this? Is it? Wait, hang on. Is it when? I think it's Wednesday. I think it's this week. Oh no, it's the week after. Oh no. Why have to wait an extra week now? Fucking come on. Because if we lose to Dortmund, exactly, there's what's there to play for? And I think there'll be something in the clause. Our owner's arrogance is that he thought an English manager could in something other than an FA. Our owner's arrogance is that he thought an English manager could win in something other than the FA Cup. Keep dreaming, mate. Keep dreaming. If that's what the owners think, other than the FA Cup, like you don't sack. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. Um, the egos and pride of our owners will be the Chelsea downfall. 100%. I think they can splash all their cash they want. Like as I said, it's not about how much money you spend; it's about how you spend it. And yes, we spent a large amount of number. We spent it. I would say somewhat correctly. Maybe 80% correct. But he he didn't. What was it? It's when I had breakfast. So I was just reading this and it just lost me kind of off track. I want to actually talk about this. Cut that. This is something that I said yesterday. And I was gonna say it on the terrace, but I didn't know if United will win or not. But United won. Ten Hag wins a trophy in his first season. Didn't need £600 million or 2 to 3 years. And that's the difference between a world class manager and a PE teacher. And this squad is a bang average squad, right? It's a garbage squad. But when you have a world class manager like Thomas Tuchel who came in and won us the Champions League and turned the squad into a somewhat reasonable squad. So for us winning the Champions League, it wasn't on the players. The players had nothing to do with us winning the Champions League. It was all the manager. It was all Thomas Tuchel. 99% of credit goes to Thomas Tuchel for winning us the Champions League. But when you sack a world class manager in an average squad for a shit manager in an average squad, the squad becomes like the manager shit. So you don't have a shit manager in an average squad. So you don't have a shit manager managing world class players. You need a world class manager to manage world class players. It's simple. Someone like Ten Hag is a world class manager. He comes in, whatever he gets thrown at him, he'll deal with. Brought in like two players, Anthony and Casemiro, Weghorst, three. Backup keeper. Didn't need 600 million. I think spent 152. And he still won Carabao Cup. We got knocked out the city. And that's the difference. But honestly, since the 6th of November, Chelsea has scored the least amount of goals in the Premier Championship. Wow. Since the 6th of November, Chelsea has scored the least amount of goals in the Prem Championship, League 1 and League 2. That's embarrassing. Lord says he should have been sacked. I can't back this. I can't even say. I just don't know what people who are pottering have to say. I don't know, is hang on. I wanna. I need to get the one guy I know who's Potter in, and I need to have a discussion with him because it's honestly embarrassing. He's a clown. I'm told as of this morning the Chelsea board has the same stance of Graham Potter as last week. They are still backing him. Things can only change fast, but that is still the current stance. So it's not like we're sacking him now. I don't think we sack him now. I said I don't think we sack him because we're not a big club. If we were a big club, he would be gone, but we're not a big club. And all these rivals coming and saying, trust the process, or you guys. And I've been hearing this word, oh, you guys are greedy, or you guys need a new toy every week. No, it's not about that. We were willing to give this guy time, but when you're sitting at 10th place with 25% win ratio, you've got no plan, you've got no tactic, you've got no formation, you've got no drive, you've got no urgency to win this game, you've got no passion. What is that about? You need evidence to show me you are going to change his team. What evidence is there to show that he will change his squad? What is there? There's nothing. A bit of the pause as the board needs sacking for not sacking Potter for weeks ago, and the fact that they need sacking, hiring him. The man is the guy. The guy's been clueless. The guy he's on $7 million a year. Be up to Achef. He says no league manager will come in March. No way, unless Luciano is an Inter manager. Yeah, and I think anyone will take an Inter manager for the right price. And I think we overpaid for Potter. Let's overpay for an Inter manager. Get me like I you know who I would get like a Rafa Benitez as an Inter manager. I would any day. Rafa Benitez. Go tell what's his name? Fucking Luis Enrique. Say, hey Luis, we're gonna be an Inter manager. Would you want you up for it? I think he'll take it. You know, get him a bit more time, a bit more experience, and then he might go back to somewhere like Barcelona because I think they're looking to sack Xavi. They'll sack him soon. They're just useless. We are not going anywhere with this useless coach. They're backing him because he's English manager, but fact is that he's a failure. Sack him before BB became useless. And again, we need to sack this manager to ensure we can actually get Champions League football, because people sit here and say, "Oh, let's wait till Champions League." If he can get us in or out. The guy's not going to get us through. The guy will get us kicked out. So why give him time? Why sit here and say, "Hey, let's give Graham Potter time. Let's give him to the Champions League"? No, why would we give him to the Champions League? The guy is not going to get us through the Champions League. What's the point? What is the point of that? Doesn't make fucking sense, man. It doesn't make sense, guys. Do you think there's a clause that reduces the payoff for sacking Potter after the season? I think there's a clause. There's a clause right now that is 60 million. And there might be some little, things in there. Like if you don't make top 4, it goes down to 10 mil. But after the season 1, I don't know. I don't know the in-depth contracts, and I would assume if he doesn't make Champions League football, there will be some clause that says, "Hey, you can sack him now. Like you don't need to pay money. You can sack him. You don't need to pay 60 mil. Give me 20 quid and he can go." Like there's something in there. Maybe that's possibly the reason why they're waiting. So they would rather watch us fail for the season than kind of get him out and watch us succeed. Because I think really, guys, really, we can win this Champions League. We have the team for it. And the Champions League has shown me you can have an average squad in it. You just need a world-class manager. We did it. We had a bang average squad. We just had a world-class manager. So owners, the most time per year, 60 mil for this bloke in a 5-year deal, right? Foolish. And yeah, that was the foolish thing. And if you're going to bring Graham Potter in, you don't give him 6 years or 5 years for 12 mil a year and then give him 60 million payout. It doesn't make sense. Guess Gus Hiddink is chilling down under as Australia's real manager in the shadows. Who's Gus Hiddink? Oh, that's the old manager. Oh. Is he in Australia? No, he's not in Australia. No, he's the old manager in Australia. He's in the Chinese national under-21s team. Oh, come on. Who the hell's that? Yeah. Robert Mancini, Flick, and De Zerbi are all good enough. Anyone but Potter is assistant manager. Yeah, he is. The Potter sacking is coming one way or another. It's just who is his successor, probably the board working on behind the scenes. But the J says it's going to take Chelsea to be in a relegation zone for him to be sacked. If he loses 2 more games, he's out. I think the deciding factor, there's no deciding factor for the fans, is he's gone. I think the deciding factor for someone like Todd Bowie will be the Champions League. If we get knocked out at Dortmund in the next round, I think they will call it. Because we've got 50 people in here. I need everyone right now to smash the like button, guys. Smash the like buttons. How many likes are we even on? I want us to be at least, guys, at least 30 likes, guys. At least give me 30 likes. Smash the like button right now. Come on, we're on 17 likes. Let's get these likes up, guys. We're going to be here for another 20 minutes, and it is likes to go up. The win percentage just keeps getting lower to win. It's going to keep getting worse. Like, guys, nothing's going to change. People are thinking this will change. Nothing's going to change. Like, we will lose against Leeds. And again, people say, oh, give Potter preseason. No, preseason doesn't make a fucking difference. Potter doesn't know his best 11 after 6 months. He doesn't study a team at all. The team in the UCL are not even good. You just need an elite manager who is competent. Exactly. UCL is something where you just need to have a world-class manager. You look at the Prem's something where you need to have depth. We've learned that recently. You got to have a depth squad. But Champions League, you just need to have a world-class manager there. You can have, guys, we've seen it. We've seen it with our own team. You can have a bang average squad. The fans can do to stand up for the club. You can sign the petitions if that will work, or just tune it, just voice the opinion. Just voice the opinion, guys. Voice it far and wide so they can understand. Because this, I mean, I think Todd Bowie is on Twitter all the time. I think he looks at I think that's why he signed Mudryk. I think honestly he looked at Twitter and he saw Mudryk was trending. He goes, yeah, let's just buy Mudryk, because the guy has no clue. Guys. The guy has no clue. The guy really has no clue. Many agents in football are approaching Chelsea, offering their clients, in this case managers, but this always happens in football when things go bad. Again, people. So there are, I guess, agents, offering managers to Chelsea. So, but I wouldn't get anyone without a CV. I think an interim manager is someone who I would take. Like if we had a, Tuchel still here, you can take Potter as an interim manager. But that's what he is at the best. I don't even know. I still can't fathom to understand. We sacked Thomas Tuchel for Graham Potter. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, guys. It makes zero sense. Hansi Flick he is the best option, and I would take him. I would say, hey Hansi, he's been coming to the Chelsea games. I'll say, hey, I'll give you, a 2-year contract, or just be an interim manager. Or something. Just try to get him as short as the deal as you possibly can, because we can possibly find our way to maybe another manager comes out of the dust. Maybe that Robert Zanario, or whatever his name is, from Brighton. Yeah, actually no, sorry, we're not. I don't think we should ever shop at Brighton again. Honestly, I don't think we should ever buy anyone from Brighton again. I think that's it. I think they're like a false advertisement. They look so good in Brighton, but when they come to Chelsea, they're garbage. So I don't think I'll ever buy at Brighton again. I think Fab reported something just before as well. At least we're closing. Chelsea are closing on a permanent deal for Santos on loan. After deal collapsed with Palmeiras, it's almost done. Vessel accept Chelsea key condition for Japan under 20 World Cup. He returned to London in July. Medical blah blah. So, I would have kept him to stay. Did we? Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Where did he? I saw him say something. Guys, Lukaku scored more goals than Chelsea as well, by the way. How embarrassing is that? Graham Potter, it's great to see Kante back on the training pitch. He's doing the first part of the warm, so still a bit to go. Oh my god, bro, how long is it going to take? If Kante comes in, let's say, I think it'll probably be like Leicester, and he gets injured within the game, just tell him terminate his contract as we speak. Just terminate it. Terminate his contract. This is why Bowie rated this good guy low class manager and fuming. What does it take to start Dutch Fofana? And again, it comes down to a point where why isn't someone like Dutch Fofana starting? Why isn't someone like a finisher, a Aubameyang starting? We've had 77 shots with no goals. That comes down to a finisher. You've seen Kai Havertz isn't a finisher, and that's the biggest thing for me. How is Kai Havertz still on this pitch? Let's get back to the rating. How is Kai Havertz still on this pitch? Like, he's played. How many goals did he score this season? He scored like what, 3, 4, 5, 23 matches, 5 goals. He's not a striker, guys. He's not. Anyone can do that, guys. You put fucking Weghorst and he'll still do that. But you spent 600 million on creativity and this guy can't finish. So it shows he can't create. People go, oh, chances created 3. Bro, I don't care how much chances he creates, and if he creates 15, his job is supposed to be the finisher. He needs to finish the ball in the back of the net. But I know Havertz can't do that. So again, it comes down to blaming the manager. Why is the manager starting him in that position? Doesn't make sense. He's a statue that makes Giroud look like Mbappe. Mbappe is a son because he's a statue that makes Giroud look like Mbappe. I mean, that's what strikers do. Strikers aren't supposed to kind of make running left, right, center. Aubameyang's role is you give him the ball, and if he's 2-3 minutes out, you put in the back of the net. Not even Havertz can do that, guys. And that's what I'm saying. Aubameyang needs to start. You bring on Aubameyang when we're down 2-0. That's not when you bring on Aubameyang. And when the players, and you bring off Joao Felix. He brings off our biggest creator, Felix and Sterling, and then brings on Aubameyang. Like, who is going to... Mudryk ain't creating for him. Mason Mount ain't creating for him. They thought I turned off the TV after Potter brought on Mount. It's like, why is Mount coming on? You need to score a goal and you bring on Mount. That summed it up. And this summed up Potter's formations. It just summed it up. Too many players don't have a future at Chelsea anymore. The big clout. And I said it in January. It needs to happen in January. But when you come to Potter, who comes and rejects someone like Gallagher and goes, no, I wouldn't take 40 million for Gallagher. And people come out here and say, oh, but injuries. Oh, who cares about injuries? Look, Loftus-Cheek is now, he's on the bench. He's not even starting now. So you should just sell him. Or is Don, who said he's supposed to build a young top team. Instead he plays all the dead horses, starting with Ziyech. Why does he start Ziyech? Ziyech was 3 minutes away from joining Paris Saint-Germain. And he's somehow starting on this pitch. How the hell does that work? How does... Doesn't make sense, man. Aubameyang isn't. I noticed that Kai kept dropping deep and wasn't staying in strike position. That is limited Felix's play. I said that before. That's why Felix. That's what I said before. Felix kept drifting to the wings because Havertz couldn't stay central. He kept dropping and then he kept moving to the wings with him. Like Havertz doesn't. Because he isn't a striker. It's like I've said. It's like putting a monkey behind the car. The guy's not gonna be able to know how to drive it. Or like putting an elephant on a shooter. The elephant's not gonna know how to drive it. Like you don't put Havertz in a striker position. You need to put a Dacho Fofana or Aubameyang. Dacho Fofana came on a couple of weeks ago. He showed way more threat than Havertz has done all season in that 2 games he played. That's someone who's showing a threat. Who's like, okay, this guy can put the ball in the back of the net. What is Havertz doing to say, hey, I can put the ball in the back of the net? He isn't. You bring on Mount when we need wingers like Madueke or Mudryk. So Potter's clear. It's like everything, and these fans, like everyone in the fans, is like Cabo is speaking so much sense. Like we're all saying the same thing. Like we're all saying how to win a game. Like when the fans are coming and like you got fans even like Johnny, and when Johnny's coming making a somewhat of a good point, that's when you know our club's fucking finished. Like when Johnny's coming and saying good point about our club, that's when you know Potter's in the mud, right? Like. The amount of time Sterling and Chilwell go to the byline only to see no one in the box. And I see Sterling kind of crossing it in. I'm like, why is this crossing the ball in? Like, why do we cross the ball in on the air? Like, who are you crossing into? Like, Kai Havertz is not going to head of the ball. Do people think Kai Havertz is going to head of the ball? Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I don't know. She played striker once. Oh yeah, let's put him there. The thing is, we already have a striker, man. We already got Dacho Fofana and Aubameyang. We have the players for it. Like, we have somewhat of a decent personnel for it. Just start the right player. You have to start Aubameyang. You have to start Dacho Fofana. I don't care. And people come out and say, "Oh, but Dacho Fofana is too young. Aubameyang's finished." Aubameyang will be better than Havertz. Simple. It's not rocket science. But what else in the squad? Reece James again. I don't know. Reece James I think has become a bit average. Like he hasn't really shown his like full kind of ability yet. Maybe he's kind of kind of come back from the injury. I'm not gonna blame him. He's the last of our worries. We've got bigger worries to think about there. But James needs to kind of step up a bit. Maybe it's match fitness. Not sure. But that good afternoon from top of the leagues. Even I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Says Malik Guna. Yeah, of course. The Arsenal fans are here. They're loving it. Top of the league. They're there. And we're sitting at 10th. I have to scroll down, and we're going to keep dropping points, guys. Let's look at the table. I want to look at the table now. So let's have a look at the table. So we'll look at the table. I have to scroll. Look how far I've scrolled now. I can't even see it from here. I have to keep going down. I just see it. So 31 points. I think we have the worst form. Because we have the worst form in the Prem. We have the worst form in the Prem, guys. Look, no one has gone without a win. No, look, we're the only club without a W in the whole Prem. On Palace. And Palace is such shit, man. Like, that's our level now. We're getting compared to Palace. Even Leeds have a win. So we're on 31 points. 10 points off relegation. And then we just gave them more points. And we're 15 points off top 4. I feel so delusional thinking we're going to come top 4. So delusional thinking we're going to come top 4. Absolutely. I can't believe I thought it. And Everton have Arsenal. Or Bournemouth have Arsenal. So Everton have Arsenal. Wait, didn't Everton just play Arsenal? They're playing them again? Didn't they just play them? Yeah, but they're playing them again. Let's hope Sean Dyche can get another win. Because we don't want them. Because if Sean Dyche gets another win, they'll be up there. If Leeds beat us, if Palace, let's see. Look, if Villa win, we go down to 12th. So Villa versus Palace. Okay, so one of these teams are going to win, right? Let's say Villa wins, we lose, we go down to now 11th. 11th. Guys, we keep. If we win, we're not even. And look, they have a game in hand, 2 games in hand, a game in hand. Like, we are not going to. If we win next game, we're not going to go up the table. Nothing's getting us up the table next if we win next game. So it takes us now 2 games. Even guys, we're not going to make Conference League. How many games we got left? There's like I think 15 games. And look, we've got a quite easy run. Leeds, Leicester, Everton, Villa. Like, we don't play a big team till April. I don't count Dortmund as a big team, that shit. And that's Liverpool still. We don't play a proper big team till April again, which is Brighton. So we've got a very easy run. And what's going to be the excuse against if we lose against Leeds? What's the top? What are we going to come out and say now? That goal difference. Oh my days, man! It is embarrassing, man. What is it? -2. Shocking. Brentford have better goal difference than us, man. It's embarrassing. It's shocking. The difference is so huge. So we have to play long ball. Worse not so we are not even a compact unit. We are 10 points off relegation. I think the pressure is creeping up to Potter, and that's where he be. Again, but I think he's very much protected. I think he should be taking his risks because he's highly protected because he knows he's not going to get sacked. So he's out doing, I assume whatever he wants because he knows, hey, I'm not going to get sacked. I can do whatever I want. And he should be and I think this is the best we're going to get out of Potter. We're not going to get anything better from Potter, guys. Nothing better is coming. Fans were most quiet. Of course, of course. And they probably, I don't know what they're probably doing. I think I heard them say sack. You're getting, I think, sack Potter. That's the only thing I heard from the TV. All teams are big teams compared to Potter, Chelsea. I mean, we are now chatting to teams like Villa, Palace, and Nottingham. Like, we're on our own level where we need to talk to those teams because Brentford, if they beat Fulham, they're out of our zone. Liverpool still out of our zone, And these all guys have a game in hand. Guys have 2 games in hand. So, like, guys, we are chatting to these guys down here: Villa, Palace, Nottingham. Like, look at West Ham. They're 16th. They're 23 points. Right? not even 10 points away from us. And David Moyes is still at the club, right? That shows how small of a club they are. And we're being compared to someone like West Ham. I think West Ham probably sacks Moyes before we sack Potter. That they have a lot of players managers is a weak person and the owners act like they know it all. Facts. Finally, a rivalry speaks sense. Beat to Daniel Knight, hope you're well, my man. Even Arteta and Lampard were not on. And and you have to say Lampard. Even Lampard wasn't bad on this form. But he can't deal with the pressure. He has no clue what he's doing, and it's simple. He doesn't know what he's doing. You can't teach an elephant how to drive a car. I'm saying that you can't teach Potter how to manage a world class team. This is what we become when we hire an average manager. In essence, you hire an average. No, sorry, you hire. I don't think it's average. I think it's just shit manager. You hire a shit manager in an average squad. The average squad will become shit. You hire a world class manager in an average squad. The squad becomes a world class team. It doesn't work the other way around. It's like you can't have smart students and a dumb teacher. It doesn't work like that. You gotta have a smart teacher and dumb kids, so the smart teacher can teach the dumb kids. Right? So the manager has to intentionally be better than the players and know how to cope with the players. Potter's biggest player was Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck was his biggest player in Brighton, man. Fuck. But Brighton are doing better than Brighton are 8th, guys. Brighton can go and they can go and sit. They can play Europa League football, guys, if they win the next 2 games. Oh, right. Fulham. What the hell's Fulham doing here, man? Fucking hell. We used to be here, man. We used to be here. Top 4. We used to be looking at the. I'll always look at the table. We would study the goal difference. What happens here? Like we used to be with these men, but no, we're with Palace and Nottingham Forest. Embarrassing. The boys Clueless doesn't know what he's doing. Potter has to go. The board should not have sacked Thomas Tuchel. That's the truth. 100% facts. Potter stay. Do you believe any manager would do better right now, Chelsea, than Potter? For me, it seems like the players are doing them to themselves. Here's the thing. It's the manager because you spend £600 million. Why are you blaming the players? These players are doing well. Felix is doing well. Enzo is doing well. Mudryk hasn't got into it because I think Mudryk's been played in the wrong role. What's the formation he's playing with these players? What's the tactics with these players? Where's the evidence of the tactics? So there's nothing happening. And for me, it's the manager. You can as I said, you can get rid of all the players we just bought and bring in a Thomas Tuchel. You still do the same. Without Tuchel's points, we'll be 16th, guys. Let's make that very clear. Very clear. Tuchel still won a Champions League with this team. Why? Because he knew he was a world-class manager and knew how to manage a team. Potter doesn't. Are we going to dump Potter? Here's the thing. The last straw of sacking, like if we don't see Potter getting sacked now, if he doesn't get sacked by Dortmund, that's when we like that. I think he gets sacked Dortmund. I'll be honest. I think we will lose to Dortmund and he'll get sacked then. That's my guess. Palash's Potter is actually shit. 6-point gap between 12th and 19th. Alright, man. It's crazy. Potter has to go. Let's be real, 100%. Nothing would change. Potter's still weekend while we play Leeds. Our used to days are gone. 100% agree. Because I didn't get renowned. It's embarrassing. I want to know how Potter finished a 5-year contract. I don't think he finessed. I just think Bowie didn't know what he was doing. I think Bowie forgot. Hey, we have to negotiate. I think Bowie forgot that you can negotiate with people like before. You buy him or something. Like I think he forgot. Because Blood just went and yeah, you know what? First offer, here you go. Graham Potter, there you, but here we go. We're Fabrizio Romano. Even if Abama is out of favor, he's a far better than Havertz as a striker. Havertz literally leaves his striker position to go and play in the midfield. And again, Havertz doesn't know how to play striker. And I said I don't blame Havertz for that. Havertz is a shit player. I blame the manager for playing him. Why is he consistently playing him? You don't play him. You don't play a person who doesn't know how to play a striker. Sorry, simple. It's not rocket science. It's like you don't put a keeper up front. You don't put a guy who doesn't know how to play striker in the striker. And when you have option on the bench, it makes it even worse. But get these likes, guys. When you get these likes, we're ending in about 5 minutes. I need these likes to go up right now. Believe in the process. And when rivals come in and say believe in the process, that's how you know like we're finished. Like even when Pep Guardiola comes and says, "Oh, you guys got to back Graham Potter," what the? Shut up, Pep. Pep never said that about Tuchel because he knew Tuchel would actually be a good manager. Ronaldo, yeah, no, Ronaldo would not fit that. With this run, we are in this in there. There's no last straw to fire with coach. Why is he starting habits every fucking time? What does he offer to this team, man? Don't know. Potter just looks like a lost man. If he respects himself, just resign for the sake of Chelsea. From his situation is going to get ugly. And the thing is, he'll still get jobs. Like I think if they sack David Moyes, they'll hire Potter. Like they'll hire Potter if they sack David Moyes. I think Potter might be less pressure for him, so maybe he can turn up. But I don't care. I think so. He'll still get job offers. Like it's not like he's just going to go under the radar. We'll never see him again. Potter, like this is good for Potter's career. Potter is enjoying this. Potter likes being here, and even though he's failing, he still enjoys being here because number one, obviously, he gets very good money, very very good money, but he still gets attractions. He could leave tomorrow, and his team will still sign him. It's not like a team won't sign him. A team will still sign him, no matter what he's done. A team will still sign him. So he can leave, and I hope he does leave, man. So dumb, man. So dumb with this squad. Mudryk is playing the moment. Mudryk isn't being used as much as a winger. He's been more as a. He's not letting me go into wings because he's got Mason Mount standing right next to him every time he plays, and then and that's why I said if Kai Havertz was if Mudryk was on yesterday, I think Kai Havertz would do the same thing like Mount does, where they drag towards the wing. Like no one says central. Everyone drags to the wings. I don't know why. Well, he would never be able to big club it in his life. Potter got 5-year contract. He won't get sacked until the next season, of course. I think no, but again, he'll get sacked. He'll definitely get sacked. Guys, mark my words. Graham Potter will definitely get sacked. He's not going to last 5 years. But when he gets sacked is the issue. When will he get sacked? My guess will be after the Dortmund game. I think there's some clause that says if we don't beat Dortmund, we'll get we'll get a new manager. I think he should be sacked now so we can get a manager in so we can beat Dortmund because we need. I think we can win the Champions League. We have the squad for it. You just need a world class manager to manage it. Simple as that. We've done it before. Hope so. I don't care where you guys go. Where would you play ideal? Where would I play Havertz on the bench? Sell him. Like he's garbage anyway. Like the position he plays is where Felix plays, but Felix is there and he's not good enough to be there. That's why we never played him in that position because he was never good enough to change the position around him. So Havertz needs to go. Havertz is 100% done. He's finished. No, I think he will. I think he will go to another big club. Like not a big club, but I think like West Ham will take him. Maybe like a Lille will take him, or like a Roma will take him. Like clubs will still take him. He's made a name for himself at Chelsea. Like they were, he at least went to Chelsea, had some experience. So like the clubs will still take him. They'll still take him. Potter's my the Chelsea manager in my lifetime, and I've never seen it. I think because he's English. It has to be because he's English, and you've got new ownership who kind of tries to back this manager when it's you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be backing this manager, but. Great channel mate, manager and owner both have to go. I wish we can get rid of the owners. Does anyone think Chelsea will be relegated sometime in the future? I mean, if Potter keeps his job, that is. If Potter keeps his job for the rest of the season, I think we won't get. I don't think we get relegated. I think we'll finish 13th if Potter keeps his job at the end of the season. That'll be facts. If we lose to Leeds, it's over, bro. We can't afford to lose to Dortmund. As I said, I would sack him now. I would sack him right now, but realistically speaking, I think Todd Bowie will sack him if we lose to Dortmund, and that's a stupid decision. Abba top Felix is Abba Aubameyang can put the ball in the back of the net, and Aubameyang doesn't drift to the wings. When Aubameyang came on, what game was it? I think where he played, he started a game, and he played like on the wing. He was playing like as a winger. I think it was it Fulham? No, it wasn't Fulham. Must have been this Fulham game. So West Ham. What game? What was the last game? Oh no, it was. Oh, it was way up. Sorry, it was up here. We lost the Fulham. Oh no, sorry, I clicked that one. Nottingham, maybe? No, City. I think it was City. It's where he played. Yeah, here it is. It's when he came on. And Havertz dropped to this deep ball, and I'll see Aubameyang over here. Aubameyang will be over here. Or no, over here. Like he'll be on the wings. And again, it comes down to another Potter tactics. He has no tactics to play. And when you're playing Aubameyang on the wing, he's not going to obviously work. You play Aubameyang who plays dead central here, you can cross the ball into him. You can give him across the ball and he'll shoot from there. Like, you give him the ball. Arsenal or nothing comments for getting Arteta one. Yeah, of course. He's embarrassing, man. Potter. With the H's, the owners were some quick to release the club statements when they sacked Tuchel, but they can't have the energy for this. Yes, man. Stands are on the floor. Agreed. Honestly, at least I knew what we wanted to do, and at least at Lampard, we knew he wasn't going to stay here for long. We knew he was shit. We knew that he had no well, at least he had some form of a tactic, and his tactic was cross the ball. Inshallah, at least there was something there. I think it's because Bowie doesn't want to admit he made a mistake. And probably, and I think that's another thing. I think Bowie doesn't want to admit, hey, I got it wrong. Should never sack Tuchel, possibly. I've been in acceptance stage longer. He's not getting sacked by the board. They will give him at least half of next season. No. He's not getting at least no. He I don't think he'll last the season. He won't last the season. Nah. Because again, Bowie. I think one thing Bowie does do is he likes to ensure the fans are happy. And if the fans are coming out and saying, hey, get him out, I think he'll end up getting him out. Fans are going to watch Chelsea games to force Tom Bowie to sack Graham Potter. I mean, I'm not going to watch the next game, but if you want to watch the game, watch it. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it. Are you serious? Who else is playing good right now, Chelsea? And you'll judge Havertz. He's a very good player. He's just in the squad that he's lost. But when we were winning, he was still shit. What do you mean? Who else is playing good? Felix, Enzo, Silva. Like, his players still playing well. Just because Havertz is, it doesn't mean that everyone else is. Because Havertz is genuinely garbage. Doesn't make sense. Like, yes, Potter is shit. And he has shit tactics, but the play himself's been shit too. We've known this. He was shit under Tuchel too. He was shit under Guys, Kai Havertz has never been a good player. He's never been a good player. He scored one Champions League goal, and now everyone's thinking, oh, man, fantastic player. Does anybody think that it was a mistake for Roman to have Sal? I mean, it wasn't up to him. He got sanctioned. 100 million Mudri can't start ahead of Ziyech this Potter. It goes to Ukraine, man. It goes to Ukraine. That's a real goes to Ukraine. It doesn't make sense. Why is Potter starting Ziyech? I think Ziyech is a good player, but the guy's head isn't in Chelsea. The guy wants to go. The guy was 2 minutes away from joining Paris. Sorry. Enzo Felix connections is the only good thing we've been going. Yeah, I think it is. And we saw it last night again when Enzo gave the ball to Felix and he kind of crossed it in. So it's the only thing going for us. But there's nothing else there. But we're gonna wrap it up now, guys. We're gonna wrap up the stream today, guys. Probably be live. Maybe if something comes out Wednesday, I'll be live Wednesday. But if not, probably be live after the Leeds game. Maybe have a chat before the Leeds game. We'll see what happens. QNTV is live, guys. I'm gonna post a link to Kasim's channel. Kasim is live now. He's talking Chelsea. You can join Keith's panel and talk with him. Have a conversation with him. So I'll put the link here, guys. Like the video, guys. When everyone smash the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. Big up to everyone who has joined today. Appreciate everyone. We'll be back soon, so make sure that bell notification, guys. The bell needs to be on. Make sure everyone subscribes and make sure that bell notification is on, guys. I need to ensure that bell is on so you guys can get notified when we go live. But big up to Chelsea. Big up to everyone who's joined. See you next one. The link there, guys. Kasim is live. Go check out his stream and tell him that I sent you. Big up to everyone. Take care. Peace. Bye.